So here's something I've been thinking about a lot, and I've personally been experiencing currently. Have you ever been in a moment where your life is so good from the outside? Maybe you have good grades, good job, friends around you, you're in a healthy relationship, but deep down, there's still something missing and you feel empty. Like you're living, but you're not really alive. And that's kind of how I'm feeling. And personally, it's one of the hardest feelings to explain because people look at you and they think you're okay. They'll say, you should be happy for what you have. But what they don't realize is that emptiness doesn't really care about the circumstance you're in currently. It likes to sneak its way in and suddenly life will just feel flat. My name is Rolly, and today I want to break down this feeling, why we feel empty even when things look good, and sort of where that feeling comes from, along with what we can actually do about it. So, first, let's call it what it is. It's emptiness. It isn't necessarily just being sad, or bored, or things of that nature. It's a lot deeper than that. Emptiness feels like you're disconnected from life, like you're watching yourself from the outside. And you're sort of going through the motions, but nothing is hitting the same as it would normally. It's like when you play a video game in third person and you see yourself from the back. And here's the interesting part. You can still be surrounded by supportive people and be given these amazing opportunities like success and even still feel that hole inside. And again, that's because emptiness isn't about what is happening around you necessarily. It's about what's happening inside you. So, why would we feel empty? And a lot of the times we chase the wrong things. Sometimes we can feel empty because we're chasing things that don't actually fill us. Some examples are money, popularity, achievements, just little dopamine rushes that feel good in the moment, but don't really last. It's like pouring water into a cup that has a hole carved into the bottom. No matter how much you add, it just keeps draining out. And another thing is we're not entirely true to ourselves. Life doesn't match who we really are. Maybe you're doing what your parents expect you to do, or what your friends do, or what you think you're supposed to do. But deep down, it's not really you. And when you live out of alignment, the emptiness just completely thrives off of that. And another form could even be suppressed pain. It could come when we've been hurt and we just kept pushing it aside and never dealt with it. Instead of processing that pain, we just sort of buried it and distracted ourselves. or pretend it doesn't exist, but the truth is, the pain doesn't disappear, it just hides, and the more we ignore it, the emptier we feel. And finally, lack of connection. Like I said, all of these are kind of how I'm feeling right now. And I believe one of the biggest reasons we are truly disconnected is not from people, but from ourselves. We don't take the time to sit with our feelings, to understand what we need. Instead, we sort of numb out with social media, video games, TV, anything that'll keep us from facing the problem at hand. But the truth is, the silence will show up where the truth is. And sort of living with emptiness starts to take a toll. It makes you feel guilty, like, why am I not happy when I have everything, right? It drains your motivation because what's the point if nothing feels worth it? It makes you doubt yourself. Maybe I'm broken, maybe I'm this, maybe something's wrong with me. And sometimes it pushes us into this unhealthy coping habit of overworking ourselves, overreacting, drinking, anything to fill the hole, you know? But here's the truth. Emptiness isn't proof necessarily that you're broken, but it's proof that something deeper needs your attention. Your body is telling you something is wrong. So how do we take action? First of all, you have to face yourself. You have to be honest and open with yourself. What am I really feeling? And a lot of us like to avoid this question because we're scared of the answer. But you can't heal what you won't face. And you kind of have to slow it down. We live in constant distractions. If we're always scrolling, always busy, always numbing out everything, of course we're going to feel disconnected, Trying to sit in silence for even 10 minutes a day can really go a long way. And let your thoughts come. Embrace them. Even the uncomfortable ones. Stop chasing that validation. So many of us are running on empty because we're living for other people and their approval. We're waiting for likes, compliments, recognition, validation, feels good in the second. But then when it's gone, the real fulfillment comes from living in line with your values, not someone else's expectations. And if you're feeling disconnected from people, you should reconnect with those people. I know that sounds obvious, but like I said before, emptiness thrives in isolation. Find the person you can be real with. You don't need 100 friends. You need one real connection. Someone you can say, hey, I don't feel okay today, and you know that they won't judge you. And you have to stop running from your pain. The things you avoid, the grief, the regret, the heartbreak, they're all a part of you. Healing doesn't mean ignoring your pain. It means walking through it, therapy, talking to someone, even just admitting to yourself what hurts. And that's how the hole starts to close. And I promise you, you're not alone. If you have been feeling empty, please know this. You are not the only one. A lot of people are smiling in public and feel hollow in private. They're laughing with friends, but feeling numb inside. And that doesn't make you weak. Emptiness doesn't mean you're broken beyond repair. It means something inside of you is asking for attention and asking for healing, asking for love. So ask yourself, why do I feel empty in my life? Thank you guys. And remember to stay day roll.